Hey guys, welcome back. We are meal prepping today. So, for those of you who are new, I just wanted to let you guys know that we are a family of 4 and we are 2 vegans and 2 non-vegans. So, today's video, everything is actually going to be vegan, but some things will be for my boys, my husband and my son, and some things will be for myself and my daughter. So, what I'm going to do today is we're going to make some pinto beans in my rice cooker, and then I also have some veggies that I'm going to cook up. I have some cauliflower that I just got in my recent Misfits box, and if you are interested in that, I do have a link down below for you guys, and actually I'll link up above the whole unboxing so you guys can see what I got in my Misfits box. I'm absolutely loving getting those boxes sent right to my door, 100% organic, non-GMO produce, shipped right to your door. I mean, you couldn't ask for more. Anyway, so I'm going to cook up this head of cauliflower. We also got some Brussels sprouts, and I also am going to be making some kale as well that got sent in the box, and some beautiful red radishes, and some green beans, and then also I'm going to cook up some Beyond Meat as well, so we have a little bit of some protein. So just so you guys know, this won't be everything that for the whole week, but this will just kind of get our week started. What I like to do is on Sundays just cook as much as I can just to kind of get us ready for the week, and then that way I don't have to cook as much as the week progresses. So this will just be really helpful, especially the veggies, because veggies sometimes can be a little bit consuming, because you got to wash them and cut them up and all that stuff. So this will just make it a little bit easier, and at least we will have a few things ready to go, when life gets a little bit busy. So if you are new here, I also want to say welcome, and I hope you guys enjoy this meal prep. Let's get going and let me start cooking. All right, so the first thing I want to get started are these dried pinto beans. I don't really do this too much. I usually buy the canned beans, but I figured just something different. What I'm going to do is I'm going to slow cook these. I know you can do it on the oven as well. You can do it in a slow cooker. I have a rice cooker. This is the Aroma brand. And I can use this also as a slow cooker because it does have a slow cook button. So I'm gonna rinse these out first, the beans, make sure they say not to, make sure there's no foreign things in there. I guess look, sometimes there could be little stones and things like that. So I'm just gonna empty the bag out, rinse them out, put them in the pot, and we're gonna get these cooking. All right, so I checked through the beans. I didn't see anything that didn't belong. And what I did was I just poured them into a strainer, so that way it'll make it easier to rinse them out. So I'm just gonna rinse these out right through the strainer, pour them into my rice cooker, and we're gonna get those going on slow cook. All right, so the beans are cooking. They're gonna probably take quite a while. So next we are on to some veggies. I'm gonna throw in the oven. I did actually for Christmas get an air fryer, but I haven't set it up yet because I still have a lot of Christmas, some Christmas decor in my kitchen and stuff. So once I get that cleared out, I'm gonna get that air fryer hooked up, and we're gonna be making some things in the air fryer because these would probably be perfect in the air fryer, but we're gonna do them in the oven today. So I got these in my recent Misfits market box. If you have not seen those unboxings yet, I'll link the last one I did right above here in the iCards. It's basically a box that you can get. They consider them misfit veggies that stores and things don't want because they're not, perfect. They want the stuff in the stores to look really, beautiful for, so buyers want to buy them. But these are still perfectly fine. They are totally edible. As you can see, they look, they're just so good, and they are 100% organic, as you can see. So I got a head of cauliflower as well as some Brussels sprouts, which I already sprayed with my vinegar spray. If you're not unfamiliar with my meal prep videos, I do a combination of white vinegar and water to clean my veggies, even the organic ones. Give them a spritz, rinse them off, make sure they are clean. So like I said, I got these in the recent Misfits box, and I'm absolutely loving getting that box just shipped to my house every other week. It's filled with a variety of fruits and veggies for my family and I, and it is just so good. So I also do have a link down below for you guys. It's just like a friend referral. I purchase the boxes you can get it every week and every other week. I get it every other week because it's just so much. But I pay for the boxes, so I just don't want you guys to think that they're sending me the boxes for free so it is just a friend referral. So the referral is for 25% off of your first box, and it is such a great deal. Anyways, we're gonna roast these up in the oven. So the Brussels sprouts, like I said, they are rinsing with the white vinegar and the water. And I'm just gonna rinse those off, and I'm gonna cut them into fours because I like them to get like really, really crispy. So I usually cut them in like fours or sometimes even smaller depending on the size. These are pretty decent size. So we'll see as I'm cutting them how small I wanna get them. And then I'll lay them on a baking sheet with like some avocado oil and just like some salt and pepper. You can do whatever seasonings you like. I just like to keep it really simple. And then with the cauliflower, I'm gonna rinse this off as well. And I think I'm gonna make some buffalo cauliflower because I have not had that in forever. I haven't had buffalo or any cauliflower in a while, so I'm really looking forward to this. And I do actually have a video on my channel. I'll link that right above here for you guys if you want to check that out on a how I make my buffalo cauliflower. And sometimes it varies. I think the recipe that I made originally, I think I coated it with like flax meal. I might just do it with the hot sauce and butter today and just roast it that way. I might just keep it really simple. Just toss it in some hot sauce and butter. But we'll see. We'll see what I pull out of the fridge because, sometimes I really don't plan. I just kind of pull things out and just kind of, put it together. That's the great thing with cooking. You don't have to be very precise. Just use what you have. Mix it up, throw it in the oven, throw it on the stovetop, taste it, see how it's good. You need more seasoning, add more seasoning. I just love cooking so much. So like I said, that's where we're going to start with first is we're going to get these in the oven so that way those start roasting, and then we're going to cook some stuff on the stovetop. When I am meal prepping, I try to do that. Like I said, I got the slow cooker going, did that first, throw in anything that needs to go into the oven, and then I will start cooking things on the stovetop. And usually when I cook things on the stovetop, I will try, if possible, to only use like 1 or 2 pans and just cook one thing, put that away, and then use the pan for something else depending on what it is. So I try to, start with the things that make the least amount of mess in the pan and go, and then go from there. So like I said, try to keep it as easy as possible. And also I just wanted to show you guys on my countertop, I have some of my basic seasonings here. I have my avocado oil and just my sea salt, my garlic powder, and pepper. Those are usually my basics that I kind of stick with. And then sometimes I do have some others as well I might pull out, but I just like to keep the basics on the counter. And then I have a bowl here as well with like some garlic and some like hot cherry peppers. I think, and these are all from my Misfits box as well. And I think when I did the recent unboxing, I thought they were sweet peppers and bit into one, and they were a little bit spicy, but still really good. So I'm going to incorporate those into some items as well today, and some of that fresh garlic. So I figured I would take that out and leave that on the counter, just kind of have it all ready to go. So let's get these rinsed off, and we're going to get these on the baking sheet. All right, so the Brussels sprouts and the cauliflower are all done and they look amazing. I love how the Brussels sprouts get all nice and crispy. They are so good. If you're not a fan of Brussels sprouts, I highly recommend trying it this way. You will absolutely love it. I never used to like Brussels sprouts. Try to say that word. Brussels sprouts when I was a kid, but I absolutely love them like this. So simple, so good. If you like crunchy things, you're going to really enjoy it. And the buffalo cauliflower as well, you're going to really love that. If you're missing like that, if you're somebody who maybe was a meat eater and used to like buffalo wings, try this out. See how you like it. I highly recommend this as well. And I love spicy food, so it's going to be a great addition to the week. Now we are on to the green beans. So first thing what I'm going to do is just chop up. What I did was I chopped up some garlic, just minced up really quick. If you have like a garlic, one of those little garlic presses, you can use that as well. Just going to saute that a little bit in some avocado oil till it gets a little brown. Toss those green beans in and just cook them up until they start to just get tender. You can add a little bit of water as well. And there you have it. Simple, easy. I also put a little salt and pepper. Like I said, just keep it easy, guys. That'll just make your meal prepping so simple. Okay, guys, so we're now on to the rest of our veggies. We got the kale and the red radishes. Now, I also want to give you guys another tip as well, is when I am food prepping, what I like to do is try to use the same pans several times, whether it's the frying pan, whether it's your cookie sheets in the oven. That way it is less cleanup. So what I'm going to do for the kale and the radishes, I'm just going to basically use the same pans that I used for the Brussels sprouts and the buffalo cauliflower. So I'm going to make the radishes like a spicy radishes, which I've done before on my channel. I'll link that video if I can find it, or I'll just link the whole meal prep playlist for you guys. And I have done this before where I just kind of like put the like a bunch of hot sauce on them. And so I'm going to use that same pan from the making the buffalo cauliflower, and then the kale I'll just put on the baking sheet from the Brussels sprouts. So what I did with the kale was I washed it and then I dried it really, really well because I want it to basically like crisp up like kale chips. If you don't want it to be really crispy, you can do that. You can, you don't have to worry about it being too dry. Just put a little avocado oil, salt and pepper, some garlic powder if you have it. You can even do onion powder and just lay it flat on the baking sheet. And then for the radishes, same thing, similar to the cauliflower, was I just put some hot sauce and I used the avocado oil instead of the vegan butter, and also some salt and pepper as well on that. So pretty simple. If you're somebody who doesn't eat a high fat diet, you can, either use a little bit less oil or, omit it and maybe just put a little bit of cooking spray. You can do that as well. It will still cook really, really well. They'll still get very crispy. I do the keto diet, so I do eat a higher fat diet, and I do have a whole playlist if you guys want to check out my progress. It's been almost a year, guys. I absolutely cannot believe it. So if you want to check that out, I will leave that linked right above here for you guys. So that's why I do use a lot of like healthier fats when I am cooking, but you can totally omit those things if you're somebody who doesn't like to have a lot of fats in your diet. I also wanted to let you guys know for the kale, if you want it to be really crispy, just check on it like every 5 minutes and kind of give it a little quick toss with some tongs. That way, every side of it will get nice and crispy, and it will cook very, very fast. So just keep your eye on it. It could take, 10 to 15 minutes. I think I had my oven on like 400. I usually keep my oven on high. That way everything cooks pretty quickly. And like I said, just keep your eye on it. And then once it's done, it will be nice and crispy and delicious. So now that my kale and my radishes are in the oven cooking, we're going to get to the Beyond Meat. So what I did was I'm going to use the same exact pan that I used for the string beans. Didn't even wash it out or anything because we're going to put similar things in it. So I cut up some of these red spicy cherry peppers, as well as I minced up some garlic, and I put that in a pan with a little bit. There was actually a little bit of liquid left over from the string beans, so I just left that in the pan. Why waste it? And then I just sauteed that up, and then until it got a little bit brown. And then what I did was I added the Beyond Meat. If you're not familiar with the Beyond Beef, it's similar to the burgers. And if you're not familiar with the burgers, pretty much here's the macros. They are plant-based, so they are 100% vegan. So if you're vegan or you're just looking to incorporate more vegan meals, it is high protein, it is low net carb, which is great if you were doing the keto diet. So I highly recommend that as well. And, I really enjoy it. Let me know down below if you guys have tried the Beyond Meat before. I feel also that buying the beef, the ground beef like this, is very cost effective as opposed to buying the burgers, because you can buy this and you can even shape this into the burgers if you want as well. So we're just going to brown that up while our veggies are in the oven. And like I said, you're using the same pan, so you're going to have barely any pans to clean up after your food prep. All right, so the Beyond Meat was all cooked up. I put that in a bowl and put that in the fridge for some, dinners throughout the week. And then by that time, my veggies were all done. And as you can see, the kale was nice and crispy. So good. If you haven't tried this yet, like I said with the other things, you really got to try this. I love baking my veggies in the oven. I just love how it gives it a nice like crispy taste to it. And like I said earlier, I'll be getting an air fryer soon, and I'm looking forward to trying out some of these things in the air fryer, and it'll be so much quicker. So like I said, definitely try this recipe as well. And it's, like I said, very simple. Use whatever seasonings you have and whatever you like. And then my radishes as well, they were all done, and I put those in a bowl as well. They kind of cook down. They get very small as they cook down, but they are so, so good. A lot of people who do keto say they give them that texture of like eating like a potato, like a roasted potato. I guess it's sort of similar, but I still enjoy it. I don't think it's 100% like a potato, but it will still give you that same savory satisfaction like that a potato would give you as well. And I really highly enjoy these. I never ever used to cook radishes. I never thought to cook them. I always just ate them raw, and they're so good. They actually are not as like tart, I guess, if you could say that, if that's the right word. When you eat them cooked, they kind of get very sweet, but then with the hot sauce, they are so good. And then our final thing was our beans. Our beans were finally done. It took about a little over 2 hours. The great thing about the rice cooker is you can just open it up, or if you have a slow cooker, you can open up and give them a stir occasionally. So it took about roughly, like I said, around 2 hours. And it was about 2 cups of water that I had put in there, but just always check it, make sure it doesn't, it's not getting dried out. My boys absolutely love these. We made pasta vazul with these later in the week, as well as some chili. So I'm definitely going to do this again because it seemed like they enjoy these beans better than the canned ones. And I did actually, when I was cooking, put a little bit of some Himalayan sea salt. So they were so, so good and so easy to make. And like I said, very cost effective. So I will definitely be doing this again. Alright guys, so that was it for today's meal prep. I hope you guys really enjoyed this week's meal prep. And like I said earlier, you don't have to prep everything at the beginning of the week. Just enough stuff to kind of get your week started. It's always good to have a few things ready to go, or some things that you're going to incorporate into some other meals. So I highly recommend that, because I know sometimes our time is limited during the week and on the weekends. So just do what you can, and it will make your life a little bit easier. So like I said before, I really hope you guys enjoyed. If you are new here, make sure you subscribe before you leave. And if you are new or old, make sure you hit that bell notification so you know when my videos are uploaded. And please make sure to give this video a thumbs up so that way I know that you enjoy it, and it also helps the channel to grow because it lets YouTube know that you are enjoying them as well. So thank you guys, as always, for watching, and until next time, I will see you soon. Bye guys.